Hey ho collabo, it's Wednesday, which means it's my day to upload something. Now, I have to apologise for not uploading anything last week. I would like to blame it on university, but in reality I was just too bloody lazy and I didn't get anything up in time, so sorry about that. As a quick summary, so you kind of know where I'm at in my life, I have friends, which is good. I'm keeping on top of all my schoolwork, which is good, and that's really about it. We're gonna learn how to draw that in some easy, simple steps. Grab a pencil. This, I don't bloody know what this is. This is an HB pencil. Good enough. What you're gonna do, you're gonna draw an oval. Draw an oval. Draw an oval in the center of your page. There we go. Can you see that? Yep. That's an oval, but it's kind of squashed oval. Now, from there, this is going to be the corner of your eye, and this is the outer corner of your eye, okay? So in the inner corner, I don't know if you can tell, don't know if you look at your eyes a lot, but we've kind of got this small little bump sort of thing. So, yeah, and there's a sort of a roundy bit there, and then that's sort of where your eyeball, you know, the edge of your eyeball. So, you know, great, okay. That is the basic shape of your eye. Great. Okay, now, eyelid is basically just follow the line of the oval, and you've got an eyelid. We're going to go into more detail in a moment. Anyway, you kind of want your iris to be a bit more than a semicircle. And in the center is going to be your pupil. Now, if you can see here, I haven't joined these up, and actually I'm going to erase this bit here. Bam. Beautiful. Because imagine if someone's looking into a light and the light's reflecting in their eye. This is what that's going to be. So we're just going to draw a bit of a triangle-y sort of thing here, like so. Bam. Now we're going to colour in your pupil. Just shade it in really dark black. That's looking beautiful. It's looking absolutely beautiful. Great. Now we're going to draw, if you just, from about here, just draw another line around and follow the top of your eye as a sort of guide. This is kind of going to be the top of your eyelid kind of shadowing down and reflecting down in your eye, basically. And so we're going to colour that in now. That's wonderful. It doesn't even have to be neat. There we go. Perfect. The detail in the iris. Pretty important. You can go as crazily detailed as you want, or as not crazily detailed as you want. Basically, what you're going to do, starting at the pupil, just flick out lines. Just space them out a bit. Just flick out lines like so. And remember, keeping the gap for the light reflection, and just flick them around like so. And slowly build it up, and you can have a mixture of really dark lines and a mixture of really light lines. So do that, and then we'll come back to it. So, and back. Okay, so you've sort of got a sort of explosion kind of going on in the center. Done that, and if you can see, you can't really see, but there are darker lines and lighter lines, and so you've got kind of, it's messy, basically. You know, eyes aren't always strictly uniform in the way they're set out. So it can be messy. Don't worry if it's messy, because it can be messy. And you see we have like these shorter lines and these longer lines, and it's just going to make sense. Now you're going to do the same thing that you've just done here, but on the outside. So instead of flicking outwards, you're flicking inwards. There we go. And remember, don't go over this light reflective bit here, because, yeah. Okay, so do that with the outside and we'll come back. If your pencil goes blunt while you're doing this, you know, during the process, throw it away or get a sharpener. I just have a pack of pencils here, so I'm just going to replace it with a nice new neat one, and I'll sharpen that later. Okay, and continue. Okay, so once you've done that, it should start to look like this. And if it isn't, I do apologize because my teaching skills aren't the best. Once you get this, I want you to go in and outline the top of the eye. Like, what we're going to do now is we're going to go in with the eyelashes. So we're going to start on the top lash line, which is why we colored it in darker. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of just flicking up in one direction. One direction? Flicking up in one direction. So if they had their eye, the top of it would be like this, and they would just flick up like so, and that would be it. And they make that mistake, and that's wrong. Don't do that, okay? Again, like with the iris, eyelashes aren't strictly uniform, okay? They flick out in every which way, and that's what we want to replicate in this realistic eye. So, we're going to start along here, along the outer corner, and I say the outer corner, I mean the outer third of the eye, and we're just going to flick up a couple in this sort of direction, just a couple. Now we're going to do a couple more, but instead of flicking out in that direction, we're going to tilt them up a bit more. Beautiful. And now we're just going to fill it in a bit more. Just kind of keep swapping and changing. Tilt it even a bit more this way if you want. And just keep doing that until you've kind of got a nice full eyelash for this section only. And just basically start to kind of continue that over and across. Beautiful. And now you're going to do the same to the bottom lash. Bam. Okay, great. In fact, I'm going to extend this a tiny bit because it's looking a bit puny. Now here comes in the shading. So, in the same sort of way you've done this dark shade as a reflection of the underneath the eyelid, you're going to do the same sort of thing just along here, but it's going to be lighter. So, yeah. Like so. And basically just do the same sort of thing all around the eye to kind of give it that 3D sort of shape. Kind of have a rough look there. Now I'm just going to use my finger to blend it in a bit because it's looking really, really rough and sketchy. You want the darkest parts to be around here, and you just want it to gradient slowly in so it's nice and white just around the pupil, just around the iris. Now you can also kind of blend in this a bit just to stop it looking so clean and fresh compared to everything else. And voila. Eyelid. Just kind of darken it. Darken wherever you put your eyelid. And just kind of blend that in. Don't blend on the top, blend on the bottom. Blend down towards the eyelashes. Now I'm just going to quickly colour over my eyelashes to make them give them a bit of background shading just along the line, because this is the crease of your eyelid, and so it's casting a bit of a shadow, and it's also creating the depth. With this part, just sort of shade it in a tiny bit, blah blah, colour that in a bit more. I don't even know what I'm doing here. And that's really it. I'll see you next week.